Hi, I'm Lata Hamilton, the founder and head coach of Passion Pioneers. And I'm an accredited change manager, NLP practitioner, and career change coach. That's why you're joining me for the Reimagine Restructures Video Series. And today's topic is how to help staff get on board during restructures. So I can safely say that no company, no team makes the decision to restructure lightly. Whether it's an operating model change, a team redesign, a complete, a few shuffles here and there, whatever it happens to be, the decision is never made lightly. It's made because it is the right thing to do, and with all of the risks and everything weighed up, it's still the right thing to do. However, getting your people on board, getting your staff to buy into the restructure and to feel comfortable with it and to come along on the journey with you, and then to also perform in the future to that future strategy or that future vision for that team or for your company, can be really, really tough. Staff will often have an emotional reaction. It'll bring up anxiety, it'll bring up fear for them. And this is a real problem because it means that they aren't able to open their ears and open their hearts to the possibility, to the benefits of the restructure. So why is this? Why do staff often have this such a negative and such a strong reaction, emotional reaction to restructure? Well, it's because it triggers for them survival instinct, the fight or flight response. For them, staff actually start to imagine all of the ways that their life is going to fall apart if they don't have a job. Jobs mean different things for different people, and it can be a real marker of identity, but more than that, it's also meeting their base level needs for food, shelter, security, all of those kind of security needs that they feel like they're able to have from the money, from the income that they get from their job. Who really, really cares about a restructure? Who's really, really scared? Usually, it's the permanent team members, it's the permanent staff members. And it's because in today's culture, even though our workplaces have changed so much, our industries have changed so much, the global industry has changed so much, there's still a mentality that permanent roles are the best. That permanent roles equals security, equals stability, equals safety. There's this idea that being in a permanent role is the thing that you must aspire to and strive for. And often during a restructure, it's the permanent roles that are thrown into flux. It's the permanent roles that are thrown in the air, and people are left wondering if they're going to have one when the dust settles. That's what breeds this fear. So the ideas that I've got for you today is how to start shifting this mindset, how to shift the mindset that permanence is best. Because we are in an ever-changing, fluid world, people are going to need to start jumping on board with this. So my first idea for you is to have open communication with a really strong, solid, strategic imperative attached to it. You need to be able to communicate to them the really, really strong why. Why it's so important that they change, why it's so important that the organization goes through this particular change in order to set your company up for the future. So having this really strong why, having this really strong strategic imperative is really, really, really essential to having buy-in for your staff and having them get on board with your restructure. The second thing is to have clear timelines and to stick to them. There is no point having a well-laid plan but then having your timeline stretch out. If you do that, people will start to become mistrustful, they'll start to feel confused, they won't know what's coming up, and they won't feel comfortable through the whole process. So to keep them on board through the journey, make sure that there are really clear timelines. If there's a reason for those timelines to have to change, make sure that you explain again why does it have to change, and what's going to happen instead, and just making sure that that clarity around timing, that clarity around process is always communicated, is always understood, and that people have the chance to ask clarifying questions about it. And then the third idea that I have for you is to make sure that you have a really comprehensive change program and support services to support this particular organizational change. And the reason for this is that you might have a fantastic HR team, fantastic leaders, fantastic managers, but they might not be equipped to handle this particular change. So by creating more of a change program and really using dedicated change professionals in this particular restructure or this particular operating model change, means that what you'll end up getting is you'll end up getting a really nice comprehensive change plan, as well as the professional support services. And on top of that as well, part of the thing that you can throw into the mix to help get your staff on board is to actually have staff involvement in the change program, in the support services, staff involvement and interaction throughout that. And you can do it through asking for volunteers and also having some people who are delegated, so who are actually assigned by their managers to participate. The volunteers will bring enthusiasm, a level of interest, they'll get some great development opportunities, and the delegates might just be really, really solid people who really understand and know the business and know the culture and know the people to really kind of blend it and bring it all together. And so those are just a few ideas that I have for you in terms of, you know, getting your team members on board. You can always see more information, articles, videos over at our website, passionpioneers.com.au, and always keep an eye out for future videos.